you bunch of cuties. Today we've got something very exciting, and even though I know I'm a little late to the party, I'm here. We're gonna be looking at Lily from NMIXX on the Limuzin서비스 episode. I have a huge love and respect for Mujin on his own. What I really like about Mujin is that he's giving space to a lot of vocalists and main singers from 4th gen groups. We have them very rarely sitting down and focusing on nothing else, just singing. And I love it because it's giving us opportunity to discover their voice a little more. If you are interested in everything singing and music related, then this is the right place for you. So please don't forget to subscribe. My channel has a Patreon where I do up to 6 extra reactions monthly. And we are also currently watching an entire kingdom. So if you would like to support the channel and get some extra reactions on top of that, then definitely check that out. Link is gonna be down in the description and in the pinned comment. And in the pinned comment, you're also gonna find a link to my website. So if you've ever wanted to sing or you would like to work on your voice with me, then head there. All the information you're gonna need are gonna be there. And now, without any further ado, Lily of NMIXX on Limuzin서비스. Let's go. We're gonna be starting with a dice. Some of these songs I know.
Open it up.
One thing about Lily that you have to mention, definitely at least in the introduction when you're showing her to somebody, is that she is a singer that has an incredible natural talent. She has a lot of strength in her voice, a lot of brightness, and she is like unleashed ball of energy. Her voice is so big and so strong that sometimes you almost feel like she's struggling to keep the control over it, to like tame it down before she really releases it completely. Definitely something that is significant for very young singers. And also, on the other hand, she's young. She's still figuring out everything, all the details about her voice and all the stuff that she can do with it. And also the ratio, the dynamics that she can create with her voice, because dynamics is something that young singers can struggle with, especially young singers with big voices. That big voice is kind of omnipresent in the whole performance, and they just learn as the time goes to really tame down at the beginning, you know, lower the intensity and then slowly unpack it during the performance.
Are you ready? Oh, and now 과감하지만 태연하게 started. Let's roll the dice, yeah.
Such a clean, strong tone. She has a fantastic resistance in her voice. You can hear it. The intensity is really high, and that's why she's just a powerful belter. She has a great core strength. She has a great breath control.
Hey!
Okay, so the next one to cover is gonna be Psycho, which is probably my most favorite K-pop song ever. I've covered myself. I love that song, and I love to listen to different covers of it because it's a really hard song to cover. It's a really hard song to cover in your own style. Because like girls from Red Velvet are gonna drag you into their very signature style of singing in that song. So I'm excited. Let's go. Beautiful slide, strong.
Psycho, 널 어쩌면 좋을까? 이런 마음은 또 처음이라. Up and down이 좀 심해, 조절이 좀 잘 안 돼. 하나 확실한 건 I don't play the game. 우린 진짜 별나대. 그냥 내가 너무 좋아.
Better, Lily.
넌 그걸 너무 잘 알고 널 쥐락펴락해 나도 마찬가지인걸.
That was great. This was what I was talking about when we talk about dynamics and softer sides of the singers. You could hear in the first song how huge and piercing her voice can be. And here she definitely showed the softer side. She let a little bit of that intensity down. She let a little bit more air through, and you can immediately hear how softer and more velvety her voice sounds. So a great idea, especially for the intro of Psycho. Beautiful passaggio, no issues, gorgeous.
You got me feeling like a psycho, psycho. 우릴 보고 말해 자꾸, 자꾸. 다시 안 볼 때 싸우다가도 붙어 다니니 말야. 이해가 안 간대, 웃기지도 않대. 맞아, psycho, psycho. 서로 좋아 죽는 바보, 바보. 너 없이 어지럽고 슬퍼져. 기운도 막 없어요. 둘이 잘 만났대.
You can feel the difference in how her voice is much more relaxed in this song, because instead, when we have a very high intensity in the voice, or she usually chooses to cut off the phrase, it can be a little cry at the very end. And here, her voice is much more comfortable, much more relaxed. You can start to hear she actually finishes the phrases with slight amount of vibrato, which kind of points out to much more comfortable approach to the phrase, more relaxed voice. It's really pretty.
trouble 경고 따윈 없이 오는 너 I'm original visual 우린 원래 이랬어 Yeah 두렵지는 않아 흥미로울 뿐 It's hot Let me just hop 어떻게 널 다룰까 어쩔 줄을 몰라 너를
It doesn't look like that, but that rap part is difficult. Also, she has a great phrasing for a singer. She is covering rap parts very well.
매섭게 발로 잡아 가끔 내게 미소 짓는 너 어떻게 놓겠어 우린 아름답고 좀 슬픈 사이야
Beautiful.
서로를 빛나게 해 마치 달과 강처럼 또 껴안아 Psycho, psycho
That little run is kind of the best example of a flawless passaggio. So kind of passing from one register to another without any interruption. The lift was gorgeous and full. So you didn't hear any obvious breakage in her voice or like breaks between the register. It was soft and really beautiful.
Psycho, psycho 서로 좋아 죽는 바보 바보 너 없이 어지럽고 슬퍼져 기운도 막 없어요 둘이 잘 만났대 Hey now be okay Don't look back 그렇게 우리답게 가보자
Pretty drop.
너무로 널 느끼고 있어 Everything will be okay Feeling like Psycho 우릴 보고 말해 자꾸
Very well handled, that belt. I know that she can belt much higher, so this is still a comfy zone for her. Like Lily is a belting beast. I've seen her do crazy things, so I was not like anxious if she's gonna hit it or not. I knew that she's gonna hit it, but she hit it very carefully. She didn't shout it out. She did not ramp up the intensity to the point that it would be too much contrast into the rest of the song. It was really nice and very soft belt. I really like that.
자꾸 다시 안 볼 때 싸우다가도 붙어 다니니 말야 둘이 잘 만났대 Hey now be okay Hey now be okay yeah
This song fit her so much.
It's alright It's alright Hey now be okay Hey now be okay Hey now be okay
That was such a soft and beautiful rendition of Psycho. Might be one of my favorite covers. That fitted her also like a glove. I'm so happy that she didn't go like really full in and like full tone the entire song. It would be too much, at least in my opinion. She handled it perfectly when it came to dynamics. She had a very soft start. She stayed in this very nice rounded velvety space for her tone quality. Then the belt was very pretty but not shouty. She still really stayed very careful of keeping that really nice rounded sound. Chorus that run up into the head voice, we are starting in our natural. We're starting in that chest and it's pulled up into the highest place, and that was flawless. You couldn't hear nothing, no break, anything. It was so flawless. You could see he was the most impressed with that, because that's also the most impressive part about this. Having an uninterrupted passaggio is a difficult thing to do. It takes a lot of exercise. It takes a lot of experience for the singer to be able to pull it so flawlessly. So gorgeous. So with a hello from Adele, we have a little bit of an issue to record this. But I will try my best to give you at least a little snippets of this to showcase what she did the best in the entire song.
Everything they say that I'm supposed to heal you, but I ain't done much healing.
One thing about the intro is that we've got a deep voice, Lily, which I know a lot of people are super excited when their singers finally show their really deep natural quality in their voice, and this was really pretty example. She's very young, but she does have quite of a range, not just on the way up but on the way down as well. She knows how to really nicely color her tone, so it's really earthy and really deep. It's not that she's grasping for control in the lower spaces, which a lot of times it happens, especially for singers that are oriented on the way up. Very good choice from her side with starting the phrases with a little bit of a fry, because fry gets you a little bit better in the spot where you need to be, whether it's low tones or, for example, mix. It can really help you stabilize the tone in the register that you are aiming for. So, hello, it's me. It doesn't have to be too much of a fry, just a very subtle tiny fry that adds to the atmosphere and helps you to stabilize the tone.
So hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done.
This is the perfect song for the full voice Lily, and you can tell that she made that stylistic choice for Psycho, and then she made the stylistic choice for Hello, and honestly very well done. This is the song, like even the original singer Adele is a power singer, so Lily had literally no reason to hold back, especially for the gorgeous huge belts. It's not a particularly high belt, help from the other side, so you can actually still stay pretty chesty. It's not those like really high tones that Lily can actually normally pull in her very strong mix. She could stay really nicely anchored in her chest and made those belts really deep, gorgeous, resonating. This was so fitting for her to showcase how strong her voice can be, and of course incorporate that heavy, slow vibrato to the song that is just so typical for it. Okay, so now we can proceed to Smooth Like Butter. Actually interesting choice. Haven't expected that one, but Lily actually pulled a lot of unexpected choices, I really have to say. I can really tell that Lily chose these. Psycho and Butter are two things that I would really not expect her to pull up, but she definitely wanted to showcase her entire singing repertoire and everything that she can do with her voice, and she's literally completely flooring me this entire performance. Because of that, I thought this is gonna be just a power belt fest, and she's showing us all her size.
Smooth like butter, like criminal undercover. Gon' pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that.
one thing very typical about this song is short tones. Ha, 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 da, 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 da. It's very staccato like, so it's very short, not connected tones, and those can be really hard to pull if you do not have enough core strength, enough breath control, and a well supported tone. So ha, ha, ha. You can hear how flat that can fall, but you have to have a proper support. Ha, ha, ha. So shorter, more, you know, direct tones can be very tricky to pull perfectly clean.
When I look in the mirror, I'm not your heart into two. I got the superstar closer. Ooh, side step right, left to my beat. I like the moon, rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you, 'cause talk is cheap. Side step right, left to my beat. Get it, let it roll smooth.
Her support is incredible. For her, this is still a pretty effortless place. Her support is incredible, and resistance too.
Pull you in like no other. Don't need no usher to remind me you got it bad. Ain't no other that can sweep you up like a rubber. Straight up, I gotcha.
See, one thing that he's also impressed, and I as well, are these short little notes, because she is not singing them with too much resistance, so it's not too loud. Smooth like butter. That would have been so much easier. She's actually creating contrasts to that main chorus, which is strong, bright, piercing, the typical Lily sound. She cannot go full in, but for the short, sharp notes, we need well-supported bass, right? So she's going low intensity. It's double as a smooth like butter. You can also see on her face how much more focused she is in this part in comparison to the chorus. Singing high tones, that's every other day for Lily, but this can be really tricky and difficult, and you can see on her face how much focus she was on this part.
Making you fall like that. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'll melt your heart into two. I got the superstar closer. Ooh, side step right, left to my beat. I like the mood, rock with me, baby.
Nicely pulled.
I got that heat. Let me show you, 'cause talk is cheap. Side step right, left to my beat. Get it, let it roll.
Nice.
Get it, let it roll.
One thing that I like about her is how focused she is.
Side step right, left to my beat. With me, baby.
A little slide from head voice.
Let me show you, 'cause talk is cheap. Side step right, left to my beat. Get it, let it roll. And you know we don't stop. Hot like summer, ain't no bummer. Ooh, we can make it rock and you say. We can make it bounce and you say. Hot and sweet and cool and butter. Get it, let it roll.
That slide is hard in the original as well, because you're starting in a head voice and you're slowly sliding down. Right? She handled it very well as well. Gorgeous. I have never heard butter in you know, acoustic version like this, and this was really well done. She is so focused when she's singing. You can see it on her face. She is pretty much focusing on 2 points. She's either looking lower, or sometimes she raises her eyes, which is probably rehearsed, because a lot of singers do have this kind of a 1 point focus during their singing. And if you want to be a performer, one thing that you will be drilled on is how your face looks, where are you looking with your eyes. So usually they are trained to sometimes switch their focus of the eyes, but either up or of course to the camera. But this is not that type of performance where they would be like finding the camera all the times, right? So there is a little bit of a fluctuation in her focus point, but she always has the focus points. And you can see on her face how much she is focused on her singing, on everything that she does. And of course, the last but not least, we're going to have a duet with Mujin, which I'm always so freaking excited about. So let's go.
널 사랑하는 거지?
네, 악동 뮤지션의 어사널사 저와 릴리 씨가
It's
부릅니다.
from Akmu, okay? Look at him getting into the space.
부르면 발자국 물러나 내가 없이 혼자 걷는 널 바라본다. 옆자리야 전한 너의 풍경 흑백거리 가운데 넌 뒤돌아본다.
Of course, every type of this performance, like a Dingar and Mujin as well, they have a little bit of a post-production on their voice. Of course, a tiny bit you can hear the reverb, yada yada. But one thing is that they do not use a lot of filters, and you can literally hear that the amount of air that she's putting in is much bigger. She's not air dumping, but she is definitely using a little bit more air to soften her voice, make it a little fuzzy, make it very warm. And that is fantastic for like intro into the songs and really for the capability of building the atmosphere of the song and the dynamics of the song. So
알게 되었어 난 널 떠날 수 없단 걸 우리 사이에 그 어떤 힘든 일도 이별보단 버틸 수 있는 것들이었죠. 어떻게 이별까지 사랑하겠어 널 사랑하는 거지.
ah, they sound beautiful together.
사랑이라는 이유로 서로를 포기하고 찢어질 것 같이.
They have a gorgeous tone qualities, both of them. They are not like significantly different, so we don't have like the deep, bright, black and white type of contrast, but they have pretty similar tone qualities, but a little bit like in a different shade. And that's why I like that their harmonies are pretty close. They're not going for too far away type of harmonies to like a first voice, second voice, like miles away from each other. They're staying pretty still, like pretty close, and it's creating a really, really pretty final sound, like all together. Really nice.
아파할 수 없어 난 두세 번 더 길을 돌아갈까 천막 짙은 도로 위에 걸음을 포갠다 아무 말 없는 대화 나누며
Ah, his phrasing isn't gonna. Has this push and pull in his voice that you can always hear, and so pretty.
주마등이 길을 비춘 먼 곳을 본다 그때 알게 되었어.
He's being super soft as well.
난도 갈 수 없단 걸. 한 발 한 발 이별에 가까워질수록 너와 맞잡은 손이 사라지는 것 같죠.
You can hear that they both just released, which is perfect. It's a perfect space. This is the second half of the song. Now we are building up.
어떻게 이별까지 사랑하겠어. 널 사랑하는 거지.
Pretty.
사랑이라는 이유로 서로를 포기하고 찢어질 것 같이.
Ah, that was so
할
pretty.
수 없어 난.
I love that he gives her a lot of space to do her little runs and couple of like little embellishments that she likes to incorporate. I know her, she loves her little embellishments and he gives her tons of space for it. Good partner.
어떻게 내가 어떻게 너를 이유에 우리 바다처럼 깊은 사랑이 다 마를 때까지 기다리는 게 이별일 텐데. 어떻게 내가 어떻게 너를 이유에 우리 바다처럼.
Oh, now we're layering, which is one of my favorite things. I think Mujin loves to do it. I've heard him do it with almost every host that he had.
깊은 사랑이 다 마를
Pretty head of us.
때까지 기다리는 게 이별일 텐데.
Gorgeous. So pretty. That was a gorgeous duet. All right, per usual, Mujin's episode absolutely never lets me down. But this time, there was a lot of surprises, honestly, packed in this episode. Of course, Lily being the biggest surprise because she brought so much unexpected to the table. Unexpected song choice, unexpected approach to the performance and singing. And she really said, let me show you my entire spectrum. Let me show you everything that I can do. And she really did. She definitely fights and time repeatedly claims the place of the best vocalist of the 4th gen. She's still incredibly young and there is a lot of stuff that she can still learn about her voice, about how to utilize it to its really fullest. But you can tell just that jump from a year ago to now, how much more she learned to master her voice and to really work with her voice, to modulate it, to have her really correct stylistic choices that allow her to voice really shine within the performance. The difference is incredible. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe right here. Here's the video that YouTube actually recommends for you. And here is rest of my Korean reactions. Please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.